Doing
Good, good.
Okay, so we were studying the bone structure. Just look at this picture for some time and observe it. It's the skeleton system. Okay, don't read these functions, just go through these bones, different type of bones. Okay. So you are able to see this bone structure. And here we have another picture where we have the names also. Yeah. I think it's a good figure. See, from the front, it's frontal bone, nasal bone, temporal bone, zygomatic bone, maxilla, sternum. Okay, just till here, frontal and maxilla. These all are in your skull. Okay. And at the back, we have parietal, occipital, temporal, for cervical vertebrae. Okay, then this is vertebrae. And then these three. These are the cranial bones. Okay, then here it starts the first cervical vertebrae and second one. Okay. Then here. We have mandible, 7 cervical vertebra, first thoracic vertebra. Okay, like in vertebral column, we studied about cervical, thoracic, lumbar. So then we have got first rib from front, then shoulder region, girdle, clavicular, and scapula. Then we have arm, humerus. Then we have 12th rib and 12th thoracic. So like we have in vertebral column also we have 12 bones. In ribs also we have 12 pairs. Okay, then we have 5 lumbars, then sacrum, then coccyx. Then comes the arms, legs. That is femur, thigh, patella. Then we have tibia and fibula, and we have tarsus. Then here we have phalanges, proximal, middle, distal. Then metatarsal bones. Then we have tarsus. And here we have in the hands also we have phalanges, distal, middle, proximal. I've told you distal is away from the origin, proximal is towards the origin, and middle is in between. Okay, then we have phalanges, metacarpal, and carpal in the arm. Okay, so this is the overview. Okay, this is what we study in the bones. Human skeletal system is mostly composed of bones. So these are all the bones that we are going to study in detail. Okay. Yes, please. What's wrong? There is something wrong. Okay, just have a good look at this picture. Okay, so you have seen the picture. Now let's study on board. So types of bones. Types of bones, we have two types. It's not working. Okay, so here we have axial and appendicular. Okay, these are two types. In this we have categorized all the bones, all our bones into two categories. Okay, and I think you're able to see the whole board. Yes, good. Okay, so this axial has the head region, the vertebral column, or spine, and then it has thoracic cage. In appendicular, what do we have? We have arms, legs, shoulder, and pelvis. Okay. So in head, this head, it is again divided into cranial and facial. Cranial has 8 bones and facial has 14 bones. So in total, head has 22 bones. Okay. Now vertebral column or spinal column has so it has cervical bones, 7, C1 to C7. Then it has thoracic, 12. Then it has lumbar, 5. Then it has sacrum, 1, and coccyx, 1. In thoracic cage, it has sternum. It was 3, but it has been fused to 1. Now it has 12 pairs of ribs. 12 pairs. 12 pairs. Out of these, 7 are true ribs. Okay, 3 are semi ribs and 2 are floating ribs. Yeah. Okay, so are you able to read what I'm writing?
No, not really. The red has a very bad reflection.
Okay.
Is it possible to bring the camera closer to the board, please? Thank you.
Now good.
I can unfortunately can't read the writing. I'm sorry. Is it possible to bring the camera closer to the board?
Now. How's this now?
Yes, that's better. It's a little bit small though, but
Small, no?
screenshot
Yeah,
and
even I was
zooming.
feeling. I have written a little small today. Now clear, now better. You see?
Yeah, thanks.
Back.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. That's really helpful.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what happens? We have so many bones in our body. I've shown you in the diagram. Okay, they are divided into 2 parts. That is axial and appendicular. Axial has all the bones in the head, vertebral column, and thoracic cage. We'll see them in diagram also, like in good, nice diagrams. Then we have appendicular. In appendicular, we have arms, legs, shoulder, and pelvis. Basically, appendicular is composed of the limbs, and axial is composed of the torso and head. Okay, you understand? This is torso. Sorry. Yeah, this is torso. This is limbs. Yeah. So in axial, we have head. Head has two regions, that is cranial and facial. Cranial is the group of bones which is protecting the brain. Okay, it is 8 in numbers. Then we have facial bones. Facial bones, there are 14. They are smaller in size, but they are more in number, 14. Then if we go down in the back, we have vertebral column, which is also called spinal cord, spinal column, or the spine. Okay, these are bones, and these are different names given to those bones. Okay, so for now we can just skip this. And yeah, so there is yes. So vertebral column, it is divided into 5 parts. That is cervical, the neck region, then thoracic, the back, the chest region from the back. Okay, this is the chest region. Then this is lower back. Lumbar is lower back. Then we have sacrum and coccyx. Coccyx is the tailbone. All right. Then we have in front. Okay, the front part. Thoracic cage, the chest region from the front. Okay, here we have very important bones which are protect. All the bones are important. Okay, so in thoracic cage we have ribs. Okay, ribs, that structure is protecting our lungs and our heart. Okay, ribs are 12 in pair. They are originating. Like suppose this is a vertebrae, and from there we have ribs coming out. And here we have sternum. Okay, do you see it? Yeah, here. So suppose this is a vertebrae. From there, the rib, this is one pair, okay? This is one pair. So when I'm saying 12 pair, that means there are 24 bones. This is one pair, so 1 and 2. 2 bones, okay? And they are connected to sternum. 7 pairs are connected to sternum directly. They are directly connected to the sternum. That's why they are called true ribs. Then there are some ribs which are like, suppose this is the last pair. This is suppose 1. This is first pair and this is 7th pair. Now what will happen? The 8th pair is connected like this. The 9th like this, like that, okay? So 5 are connected like this. And then there are 2 floating ones. They're not connected at all to the sternum. So they are called floating ribs. So we have 8, 9, 10, and then this is 11 and this is 12. I hope you're able to see this. Yes. Yes. So this is how. Yes. So what happens? Suppose this is a vertebrae. Okay. This is at the back. The back. From there, the ribs are originating. Suppose this is first rib, first pair of ribs. Okay. Then we have this 7th pair of ribs. We have some ribs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th rib. They are directly connected to the sternum. And then we have 8th, 9th, 10th. They are not connected to sternum. They are connected to this 7th bone. 7th rib. Okay. You understand this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have 11th and 12th. They are floating. They are not connected to the sternum. They are connected to vertebral column, but they are not connected to this sternum. So we have studied thoracic cage and rib cage. Now I'll show you some pictures. Okay. Yeah, I see. There are 12 pairs of ribs. Okay, true ribs 1 to 7, because you see they're directly connected to the sternum. Here, this is the sternum. Yeah, and these ribs, they are connected here. This 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should have 7 pairs. 3, 4, 7. Yes, we have 7 pairs here. Okay, and then we have 3 pairs. 1, 2, and 3. These 3, they are connected to this 7th one. So they are called false ribs. 8 to 12, they are called 8 to 10, they are called false ribs, because they are connected directly to the 7th rib. They are not connected to sternum. Okay, and then we have 2 pairs of floating. And let's change the color to red. No, yellow. Let's change to yellow, if you can see. Then here we have this one and this one. These 2. So in red color, we see sternum. In blue, we see true ribs. In green, we see false ribs 8 to 10, and then floating ribs in yellow 11 and 12. I hope you all understand this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Very intelligent students I have. Yeah, so I think this is very clear. Okay, let's
Yes, thank you.
share. Okay, now I would like
Thank you
to
so much.
share. Okay, now we study this spinal cord. Okay, in this we have cervical vertebrae C1 to C7. These are 7 bones. And thoracic vertebrae T1 to T12, 12 bones. Lumbar vertebrae L1 to L5. Then we have sacrum and coccyx. Coccyx is called tailbone. You can even feel that tailbone. Okay, so like you'll feel it is it is well known that our ancestors were monkeys, okay, or chimpanzees. So they have a tail, and we don't. So that means coccyx. From coccyx we can feel that okay, probably we had a tail many years ago. So
Sorry to
you can.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry?
Are we supposed to
Yes.
be looking at a different picture, or are we still supposed to be looking at the ribs?
We are studying spine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't shared it with you. Okay, okay. I opened it, but I didn't share. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. No worries.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I was seeing the pictures. I thought I'm just sharing it with you. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So here we have cervical vertebrae. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So this says structure of the spine. Yeah. So in this we have cervical vertebrae C1 to C7, and these are the topmost 7 bones. Okay. Then next we have thoracic vertebrae T1 to T12. Here you see those 12 bones. Okay, these are called thoracic vertebrae. Then we have lumbar vertebrae L1 to L5. These here L1 to L5. Then we have sacrum, this sacrum, and the last we have coccyx. Okay, you see the size of this vertebral column is increasing as we move downwards. Why? Because as we move downwards, the weight that this spinal cord is carrying increases. Here in the cervical region, it is carrying only the head. But as we go down, it is carrying arms, chest region, then lumbar region, stomach. So to carry more weight, it is broader and bigger in size. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we have studied thoracic cage and we have studied vertebral column. Any problem in that?
No problem.
Not yet.
No, none, thanks.
Okay. Yes. So now let's study the head, cranial and facial. In cranial, okay, let's stop sharing. Yeah. Okay, so in cranial we have front, sphenoid, ethmoid, parietal, Okay, these are the 8 bones of cranial region. In this, you see, this is frontal, this is parietal, then this is temporal, and at the back this is occipital. Okay, we'll see. Okay, if you want, you can take screenshot. Yes, take screenshot, please. Yeah. Now I will share a picture of cranial region. Here we have frontal in yellow, then we have sphenoid, ethmoid. Ethmoid, this red color, you see. Frontal is this yellow part, okay, which I showed you. Frontal. Sphenoid, this pink area. Then ethmoid, this red color. Then we have occipital, okay, this green color. And temporal, parietal. Okay, now you see that these skull, you feel that it is one single bone, but here we see different bones, 8, which are 8 in number, and you see they are of different color. This is just diagrammatic to show that, okay, there are different bones. So do you get this confusion? That is it just one single bone or like so many bones that we are studying?
No confusion.
No confusion? Okay.
No.
So you see, there are joints in the cranial bones, but they are immovable joints. We do not want that these joints should move because they are protecting a very, very vital organ, that is our brain. Okay, that's why there are different bones, but they are connected through an immovable joint. And these, you see, these structures where 2 bones are joining together, they are called sutures. Okay. So you take a screenshot of, wait, I'll erase it. Yeah. Please take screenshot. Stop sharing. Yeah. Okay. So in bones, cranial bones, what happens? Suppose this is frontal, and then we have here parietal, then we have temporal here. Okay, so they are connected, well connected. This is immovable joint, they never ever move. But when a child is born, these joints are very, very feeble. Okay, they can break easily. That's why the head of a child is always taken care of. And okay, and these joints are called sutures. Okay, these sutures. Okay, now we have facial bones. Facial bones are nasal, lacrimal, inferior, nasal, 𝐘𝐞𝐽, maxillary, mandible, palatine, zygomatic vomer. Okay, these two are in one in number, otherwise all are in pairs. These are very, very small bones. You'll see, I'll show you a good diagram of this. Okay, so out of this maxillary and mandible, they are more important. Okay, because they are holding your jaws and you are able to move your jaw and you're able to speak, you're able to eat because of these two bones. So we mostly study these. Okay, so let's take a diagram of it. Okay, so here we see these are 14 facial bones. Yeah, so nasal 2. Here in skin color we see nasal. These are 2 bones in pair. Okay, these are also immovable joints. Then we have lacrimal in this bottle green color, lacrimal near the eyes. Then we have inferior nasal concha. Inferior nasal concha, this green color at the tip of the nose. Then these important ones, maxillary and mandible. Okay, maxillary are on the top and mandible are the bottom, the jaw. Okay, so we are able to speak because this mandible is movable joint. Okay, it is limited, but it is movable, because of which we are able to speak and we are able to eat. Then we have vomer. This vomer is this blue on tip of the nose. Then we have zygomatic in pair, this where girls put their highlighter. Okay, and then we have palatine. Palatine is again on the nose, the red bones. Palatine. Yeah. So these are the bones of facial. So we have studied the bones of cranial region and the bones of facial region. And this covers our head. Yeah. Please take a screenshot. Okay, I think you can take a screenshot of the board also. So now we have completed axial. There are 2 types of bones, axial and appendicular. In axial, we study head, vertebral region, and thoracic cage. We study 3. Okay. So in head, again, it is divided into cranial and facial. Vertebral is divided into cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum, and coccyx. Okay. Now thoracic, see, thoracic means anything related to chest. Okay. So don't get confused here. Here also we see thoracic, here also we see thoracic. Here we are studying the thoracic cage, the rib cage. Okay, that is protecting our lungs. Here in vertebral column, the chest region, those bones are named as thoracic. So don't get confused here. Okay, so we have head, vertebral column, thoracic cage. In head, we have cranial and facial. Vertebral, we have cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacrum, and coccyx. So when we study yoga, we mostly focus on our cervical and lumbar because mostly people have problem with their cervical and lumbar. Yeah, in today's sedentary lifestyle, people are generally facing problem in their cervical region and their lumbar region. Yeah, so all the asanas, a lot of asanas are practiced keeping in mind these 2, especially these 2. Okay. Cervical is the neck region here at the back. Okay. Then thoracic is the chest region behind your chest. Then lumbar region is your behind your stomach. Then sacrum is behind your hips. And coccyx is the last bone that you can feel at pointing tail like you'll feel. It's called tailbone. So you can feel this tail-like structure. Okay. Tailbone-like structure. Okay. Now we have thoracic cage. In thoracic cage, we have sternum. Sternum, when in a kid, in a child, it is made up of 3 bones. But in an adult, those 3 bones are fused to form one. Okay. So here we are coming across that a child has 300 bones, but an adult has 206 bones, because the bones, they are fused together. Okay, like in sternum we see there were 3 bones, but now there is only 1 bone because those 3 bones have been fused together. Okay, so I think I've told you earlier also. Suppose this is one of my fingers. Okay, it has 3 bones. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, but if it was only 1 bone, then it would move how much? It would move only this much. Okay, only this much. But you see, we have got 2 joints. Okay, and it has 3 bones. 1, 2, 3. So it is also able to move this. Okay, this. So this is able to move like this. Yeah, but if it was only one bone, then it could move only this much. So you see, because when there are more number of bones in a child, and in an adult there are 100 or almost 100 less bones, so who will be more flexible? Of course, a child will be more flexible than an adult. Okay, that's why when a child falls, nothing happens to me. He gets up and everything is all right, because he has more number of bones, more number of joints, so he is more flexible. Whereas an adult, he becomes a little bit not so flexible. Okay, yes. So now in cranial we have 8 bones: frontal, sphenoid, ethmoid, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Okay, in facial we have nasal, lacrimal, inferior nasal concha, maxillary, mandible, palatine, zygomatic, vomer and mandible, they are one. Otherwise rest of them, they are in pairs. I think everything is clear here, and take a screenshot. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, now.
Sorry, just to double check, does that say pectoral girdle?
Yeah.
G-U-R? I can't tell the spelling, I'm sorry. G,
Is it?
G,
I think it's GI. Let me
Okay.
check it.
G-I. Thank you.
Yeah.
Girdle.
Yeah, it's girdle. GI.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, GIRDLE. It is. Yeah. Okay. So, appendicular bones, as we studied, they are composed of the arms, legs, pectoral girdle, and the pelvic girdle. Okay, the shoulder and the hip. This is shoulder. Okay, and this pelvic girdle is the hip bone. Okay, so let's see a diagram of it. Okay, I forgot to tell you one thing. Can I show you now or later? Okay, we'll study after this. Pectoral girdle. Yes. Next. Zoom. So here we see pectoral girdle. You see, you please touch your the front. You please touch here. Okay, these collarbones. You see?
Yep.
Yeah. That clavicle. That is called clavicle. Okay, for some people it's even like visible. For those very skinny people, it is visible, this clavicle bone. This is like absolutely visible. And then at the back, that triangular shape, thin flat bone, roughly triangular, that is called scapula. Okay, so here you see this is clavicle. This is scapula. Okay, and then here this shoulder joint. Okay, this is ball and socket joint. So it is forming here near the clavicular, and then scapula, this red region. Okay, so here this blue region. This blue is clavicular, then red is scapula, and then this green. Okay, this green part. This is ball and socket joint of the shoulder. Okay.
Okay.
So now I think the structure of the bones is getting very clear. That from we have this we have cranial region, then we have facial, then from the cranial this vertebral column is coming down. From there the rib cage originate. Okay, some rib bones they connect to the sternum and some connect to the ribs itself, and some two are floating ribs. Then around these ribs we have clavicular bone and scapula, and through this clavicle and scapula this arm is connected, and that is called ball and socket joint. That is the shoulder joint. Okay, this is the most movable joint of our body. Yeah, please take screenshot. Okay, now pelvic girdle. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not able to function this. I don't know what has happened. I will just end this meeting and please stay there. I'll join.
Okay.
Okay, so you're able to hear
Yes, I can hear you.
and also see.
Yep.
Okay, so now let me share picture with you of pectoral girdle we were studying. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So in pectoral girdle we have ilium, we have ischium, pubis, and together they are fused. They are fused. Okay, they are immovable joint. They're not even joints now. They're just one bone. Okay, and this together is called hip bone. And you see, we studied sacrum. Where did we study sacrum?
Axial bones. It's in the vertebral column, the spinal.
Yes. So, that's where we studied. And this, the tip, it's here. This is
Coccyx.
yes, very good. Coccyx here. So these are like together, they are fitted together, the hip bone and the sacrum. But the sacrum is a part of vertebral column and this hip bone is pectoral girdle, and it will be connecting the legs to the rest of the body. Okay, so I think everything is clear in this structure. We have studied the pectoral girdle, the shoulder joint, and we have studied pelvic girdle. We studied two. Now let's share with you the arms. Okay, so let's study the arm. Yeah, so okay, okay, so in your upper arm, tell me how many bones do we have? You have already seen, but still I would like to question this. In the upper arm, how many bones do we have?
One.
Yes, one. And in the forearm?
Two.
Can you feel it?
No, I'm looking at a picture.
Don't look at the picture. Just actually, that's why I removed this. Actually, you see, Yoga is more about feeling it. Okay, if you can feel it, you can touch it. It's more about self-study. It's less about studying the what is being taught. It is more about observing your own body. Okay, and when you observe your body, you know your body, then only you can connect to the nature. All right, so you see, if you touch here, you feel just one structure. Okay, you just feel that something very hard is there, that one. Okay, but when you touch here, you feel, when you touch this side, you don't know anything. But when you touch here, like this, okay, you see there is some, this part is soft, but when you touch here, you feel it's hard here also, it's hard here also, but in between it's not hard. Yeah, so that means there are two bones, and in between that there is some soft feeling. Yeah, but in the upper arm we do not feel like that. Yeah, and similar is in our legs. In legs, the upper thigh, the thigh region has one bone, and the lower part of the leg has two bones, just like the hands. And these palms and our feet, they are also similarly composed. Okay, the bone structure of arms and legs is similar, just the names are different. Okay, so now I'll share with you arms, and then we'll continue it tomorrow. Okay, so here I'm not shared. Okay, and I was doing that same thing. Okay, yeah, so here you see highlighter. Okay, arms, you see, in medical term, this upper arm is called arm. Okay, this lower arm is called forearm, and then this is hand. All right, so this is the front and back. I'll just show you another picture in which we have the names, humerus. Okay, so the picture which you're seeing at present, this is humerus. Okay, this arm, this upper arm, which is called arm in medical terms. This arm, it is composed of just one bone, that is humerus. Okay, Humerus, humerus. Okay, now let's just see ulna and radius. There are two bones in the forearm, ulna and radius, and you see there is some filling in between. Okay, ulna and radius. Okay, hands will study tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Because it has a lot of bones, so it will take time otherwise if I start now. So I think everything is clear, whatever we studied today.
Yes.
All kinds of bones that we covered. So only a few bones are left, and we'll cover them tomorrow.
Sounds great.
Yes. Is there any query from today's lecture?
No queries. This makes sense.
Sorry, are we having class tomorrow? We have 𝐘𝐨𝐿 tomorrow.
You have what?
Our 𝐘𝐨𝐿, so we're not having any classes.
Tomorrow you don't have any class?
Yeah, we have 𝐘𝐨𝐿.
Okay, what is that?
It's the induced vomiting with the saline water. Cleaning.
Okay, 𝐘𝐨𝐿 kriya you will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Enjoy that, and let me know whatever results you get after that. All the best. It's a good practice. You'll be practicing it all your life. It's a good thing. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank
see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Yeah, I see you on Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.